Okay, give it a few minutes. Got some happy mail, things to do. We got lots to do today. New mats. So I got all my notes for the ATC swap. Oh. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Lindy K. Hi, Janet. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Kat. Let me get my voice going. All this yellow pollen. We just came out from under a tornado warning right over our town. And so I made a note to talk about being thankful. And hopefully this rain will have washed away some more of the yellow pollen in our area. So I saw the funniest meme. It showed snowstorm in the south. It showed a guy going out his door and coming right back in and covered in yellow pollen. It was good. Hi, Ann. Brooke with an E, Pamela, Arlene. Arlene, I got happy mail from you I'm going to show today. Missy, Laverne, Fritchie, Jennifer, Regina. Let's see, Deb E. Good morning, Debbie. Dawn P. You got your happy mail? Okay, yay! I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got it. So, and then hopefully Marguerite in Canada will get hers soon, if she hasn't already. So she's 3 hours behind us, I think. So she probably doesn't come in here this early. So if she does come in, we'll ask her. Let's see. I said hi to Barbara and Angie. Hello, Angie. Terry Brett. Christina. I have a whole bunch of prints that I'm taking to the post office tomorrow for all the super chats and thank yous. Pamela Kane and all y'all. I'm sending out your thank yous tomorrow. I hope I got some new mats here. I don't know how it's going to work because of the lighting, but we'll see. We're going to give it a whirl because I got 2 new mats. We got 2 worlds here, 2 worlds, one world on top of another world. Let's see. And Tina's probably gonna she's got someone coming in to replace her windshield, so she'll either be here or late. Let's see, who else? What am I missing? Miss Brainy Mess, Ava. Do you hang out with what you call it? What's her name, Janet? Brain, Ego Brain. Do you hang out with Ego Brain? Messy brain. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see who else. Scrolling. You like the blue background? I got 2 different mats here. One's larger than the other. And so they're giant mouse pads. I got Hubster one that is Starry Night. Let me see if I can show you that real quick. Let me go to his. Let's see if I can show y'all the picture of that. Let's see. Messages. Here we go. Let's see. Here's his. Okay. Let's see if I can. I think I took a picture. Hang on. Let me see. I think I put it in photos. And I did post pictures of my garden. My garden has not, you can't really tell a difference, but I do say that I'm going to post every week. And so I did post heading into week 2. Heading into week 2, as you can't really tell much difference, but after all this rain, we probably will. All right, so here's Hubster's desk. His is Starry Night. Isn't that cool? It's a big giant mouse pad. Denise found them, and so she got herself a black one with roses, and of course I got a large and a small of the galaxies. I'll show you the other one in a minute. Let's see. Missy. Who else am I missing? Again, guys, pollen in the air. So I'm, trying not to cough too much. Cindy Daly, Zin Jin. So lots of stuff going on today. I like to give everybody a few minutes to come in. Thanks, Debbie. I like to give everybody a few minutes to come in before I start talking about like the projects we're going to do and stuff. So I don't have to keep repeating them. Hi, Fortnite, Fortnite Keeks. Susan, Jennifer. I said hi to Jennifer. Anybody I might miss coming in. Thanks everybody for being here. I keep getting this little flashing thing for a tornado warning, but I'm pretty sure it's past a tornado warning's past our air. It's over our area now, like 15 minutes ago. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Thanks so much. That's so sweet. You got the Happy Meal coming too. I got a print. I'm not going to tell y'all what print I'm sending y'all for the last 2 weeks worth of people supporting the channel. I'll let it be a surprise to you guys. So, hi, View. Thank you, Tammy. That's so sweet. And I hope you're doing okay. Hi, Messy Palette. Messy Oz, I like to call her. She's in Australia. Let's see who else. So the first thing that hi Belinda, the first thing that I wanted to say, because so much stuff going on in the world, I think the first thing we have to do is think about all the things we're thankful for. We just had a tornado over our head, so thank the good Lord that we're safe and it didn't come down here. And just pray that it diminishes as it moves across Georgia and that nobody else is affected by it either. So my point is I think we need to start really being thankful and even writing it down. We all keep journals and notebooks and TNs and write down the things you're thankful for. It will change your attitude, your perspective, and I have to remind myself of it too. Janet and I remind each other of it all the time. Okay, it's time to be a little thankful here. Thank them for your health, that you're here, that you have electricity, that you got all our friends, that we're artistic, we got our families, everything that you can think of in your personal life that you can be thankful for. If we concentrate on that more than the negative, I think we all be better people. Don't y'all? Don't you think we'd all be better off by being thankful? Let's see. You're welcome, Tammy. You're welcome. Yeah, see, there you go. There you go, Fortnite. And so yeah, and I have to remind myself. We all have to remind ourselves of it because we just, our nature is to slip into negativity so easily. So everybody just kind of try to remember that. And if you see one of your friends starting to get a little over the top with the, negativity, just say, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful for this, this, and this. And put yourself in there too, because you're going to be the next one that's going to be a negative. I know. Do you know what I'm saying? We all do it. We all do it. So just keep reminding yourself of all the things you're grateful for. Okay, so I'm happy for a few things. One, I forgot this was on my dresser, and I forgot about it. It's been a couple years since I showed it, but they were showing the Indiana Jones movies over the weekend. Hubster loves those movies. I've seen them so many times. I think I have them memorized. But he always says, "Oh, there's so many things to see in a movie that you just don't catch unless you watch." And I said, "Okay." Okay, honey, you go watch it for the 100th time. But it did remind me that he got me this Indiana Jones journal. It's the journal. It's a replication of the journal of Indiana's dad, Professor Jones. And so I thought I'd show that again because it's been a couple years. God, maybe long. Janet's got one too. What has it been, Janet? 3, 4? How many years ago did we get this? I don't even know. Here's a little thank you card. It doesn't say what year it was. I don't know that it even says it in here, but it's a replication of the journal. And so I thought I'd show it. And this is all the inclusions that come in it. And it comes wrapped in this with Professor Indiana Jones address on there. They got sent to his house. Well, this one was to the college, and then Indiana took it to the house. Anyway, so I thought I'd show that again, just because it's been a while since yeah, yeah. Janet. Hi, Marguerite. Marguerite, Dawn P got her disc. I hope yours is, close to being there, since yours went to Canada. Let's see. Hubser's right. Yeah, and he does. He never gets tired of, and now I say get tired of watching movies he likes. Just saying. John Wayne and westerns and the Alien movies and the Indiana Jones. There's a whole, but some of the really good. He could watch it 1,000 times. So anyway, love you, honey, if you're out there. So I'll show this in a little bit. All the stuff that came in, and I thought it was a good little thumbnail. So let me just kind of stack it up here for a minute. And then I'll show you my mats, and they're mouse pads, or giant mouse pads. So not that my mouse needs, but anyway, yeah, I really got them for the desk. So we'll see how this goes lighting wise. Sometimes lighting is not so good with black, and if I have to keep adjusting, we'll just go back to the brick. Hi, Teresa. Let's see. Hi to Susan. Anybody else I missed? Let's see. I see Marguerite. I don't see that she said she got her disc yet. Thank you, Teresa. Let me get a sip of my lemon water, which gives me the hiccups, but keeps my voice going. So, as much as I like this smaller one, I like the bigger one better. Y'all ready? You ready? Wait for it. There we go. I love this one, and I know that the lighting's going to change every time I mess with it, but I love this one. So let's see if I can adjust the color. Let's turn the brightness down, and maybe the color. There we go. Let's see. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's better. This is the regular light, and then we have the blue light. Let's look at that. What do y'all think? Does the blue light do better? I think it might. Some days, it depends on what I have on the desk, whether the blue light or the red light lighting is better. But I think maybe the blue lighting's better for this. So I'll just leave it on this for right now. Let's see. So I do have some happy mail. Then we're going to talk about, don't forget today, Janet at 1:00 is going to do the drawing for everybody that got at least 90 of the 100 scavenger hunt done. That started on January 1st, goes to April 1st. She extended it to April 7th because that's her next day of streaming. That was the next Monday. So she extended it to April 7th. So if you have finished at least 90 of the scavenger hunts, you need to tell Janet before 1:00. Because otherwise you're not going to be on the list. And she's going to do the drawing today. She does a nice gift card, random.org for everybody that got at least 90 things done. So that's going to be on Janet. Let me see if I can find Janet real quick and click on her so y'all can see. There she is. Hi, me. Me's the one that sent me that color book. I got something funny with that. We'll see if we get to that today, Janet. I told Janet what I was going to do, but we'll see. Anyway, so we'll see. I might have to be changing this bag, but we'll see. So anyway, get with Janet if you've got at least 90 of the 100 scavenger hunt done, and so you can be in the drawing, which will be at 1:00. So if you have not got with Janet by 1, it's going to be too late for you to, get in on that. Let's see. Well, yeah, Janet, I do love this one. So I hope that, let me see. Do I need to refocus? Let's refocus. We'll see. Well, and I just play around with different backgrounds all the time. Some are successful, some are not. This brick is really a good one. This gray brick, that's a good streaming color. But you know, we mix it up. Let's see. Who else is here? Scrolling. I said hi to Brenda. Uh, oh, there's the cat. Cat just put in Janet's channel right there. So, hi, and makes. So again, guys, remember, let's when we start getting anxious or negative, to start thinking about all the things that you're thankful and grateful for. It'll keep you out of the dark place. There's our Tina. Hi, Tina. I know she's probably waiting on the guy to change, or girl, guy or gal, to change out her windshield. So good to see you. I call everybody guys. I call everybody guys. Everybody's a guy. That's just the way I talk. All right. So first off, I want to say that I got all these little goodies, including the little hanky from Arlene with goodies in it. Look at all these little goodies Arlene sent. So sweet, Arlene. Okay, let's see. Maybe we should go ahead and zoom in one. Let's zoom in one. Ah, there we go. See? Now I will have to change the lighting. Okay, so let's brighten it back up. I still don't know if I need the red or the blue. No, it's got to be the blue. All right, let's brighten this up. There we go. That looks pretty good. Ah, that looks real good, doesn't it, guys? Maybe I just needed to zoom in. All right, so this is all the stuff that Arlene sent. It was so sweet of her. So did I say hi to Laverne? Let's see. You got 94, Laverne? Okay. All right, Janet got you on the list. Y'all make sure that you see Janet. If you are here and you want to get on the list, you've got to tell her and make sure you see Janet say, I got you on the list. Or you can Instagram her or email her. Janet, if you want to put in your email, feel free. So that, because 1:00 comes, guys, that's it. Y'all have had 3 months. January, February, March. 3 months and a week. Okay, so here's what Arlene sent me. Look, she sent me some Tim Holtz pin nibs. I wish I could have more time to get more back into my more back. I go get more back in my calligraphy. But so y'all know I love me some pen nibs, and I love doing calligraphy. So I love these, Arlene. Thank you. And then she sent some little Karen Foster. These are good for hanging off your journals. Whether it's a TN, and see, I like these kind of things to hang off a TN, because then you can add little charms to your traveler's notebook, whether it's the traveler's notebook brand, or whether it's just the style of it. Then she sent a little pin with some fabric. I'm not sure if this is Tim Holtz or what it is, but it's text fabric, and she wrapped it around some tags. I do want to get back into more tags, and this might be good for some of the projects that I have in mind. Some little faux belt buckles with little brads to attach. Thank you so much, Arlene. I'm excited. I'm excited to use these. Then she sent a little piece of it's kind of like a velour. And then she sent me some crosses. These are good to send a little verse out, put a little verse on the cross, a little prayer and a little verse, and then a little cut out canvas, that you do the sewing on the little canvas. And then she sent me a tree of life. She sent me prayer hands, and I guess it could go either way, but I like that side. And then some little cards: grace and peace, life is beautiful, be truly glad. I love that one. I think I'm going to need to color that one and put it in as a bookmark, Arlene. She sent me a butterfly clip that's like cloisonate. No, not cloisonate. Enamel, like an enamel butterfly there. And then she sent this pin with a Betty Boop. Oh my gosh, isn't that adorable? A little Betty Boop on a pin. You know who's going to want this, and that would be Denise. I think Denise might end up with the Betty Boop. Oh, Arlene, you're so funny. And then some pretty papers. Oh, here's another. This is the two cats, which I have a little stack of little cat things over here to my right. So I'll put that over there with the cats. There's Malibu and Oliver. So I'm going to put that over here next to my other cats. Right? Isn't this also awesome? And then the hanky. I just love all of it, Arlene. Thank you so much. That was so thoughtful and generous of you to send all this. So I will be working with stuff in there and whatever I have left when Denise leaves. Because Denise does, and I don't mind. The kids come in, they say, "Oh, I like that, I like that." Well, I usually give it to them if they ask for it. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna turn the light, make the brightness back down just a tad there. Okay, so the other thing, and I think it might be Riri. I can't remember who. Somebody was showing me that they bought themselves this book, and I don't know if they bought me one too, or I think it's Riri, but I can't be sure. So, hi CB, whoever sent me this book, I think it was Riri. Let me know. But she showed me this literary chickens, and it's all in black and white, and it's like it needs to be colored. They need to be just colored in, like alcohol markers or something. But there's a quote, famous quotes, like here's from the Wizard of Oz. No matter how dreary and gray our homes are, we people of flesh and blood would rather live there than in any other country. Be it ever so beautiful, there's no place like home. And look at the chicken that goes with it. So anyway, there's just different literary quotes. Here's Conan Doyle. I guess yeah, this is from A Scandal in Bohemia. So this is a Sherlock Holmes quote there. And then look, see, aren't these awesome? But wouldn't they be good colored in like alcohol markers? And the pages are pretty good. I don't know if it might seep through on there, but I just love this. It is so fun, so cool. Hi Leona. Anybody else coming in I might have missed? I said hi to CB. So they're just some cool chickens. And also this would probably be a good practice with some graphite. Doing some pencil drawings or even pen and ink or ballpoint pen. I'd probably be more apt to do a ballpoint pen drawing from it. Get you some practice in. Look at that one. That's Janet getting ready to say some snark. And she said so, and I did not know this till later. Y'all were talking about, I'll show it in a minute. I won't say yet. But from last week. So there's just tons of them. There's just tons and tons of chickens. So thank you. I think it's Riri. If it's not Riri, then whoever did send it to me, please. It needs to be turned into a conspiracy book. It might be. That may happen, Janet. That may happen. I got my conspiracy chicken over here. We can dial up. We can dial up or down. So anyway, but so thank you. Let's see what else. All right, so let me move my other mouse pad out of the way. Got lots of things behind me, and so can I help with the conspiracies? Yes, of course. The chicken will let you help with the conspiracies, Janet. Oh my God. All right, let's see. Do we need to turn the brightness down even more? This pad just wants to suck the light out of the room. Okay. Before I start talking about the ATCs, let me go ahead and show you this little book again real quick. The Indiana Jones, Professor Jones journal. And Jen and I both, well, Hubster actually ordered it for me for Christmas some years ago. It's probably, I think it's 2 or 3. It's probably more like 5 or 6 years ago. And I don't even know if you can get them anymore. It did take something like 2 months to get here. Um, so these were some of the inclusions. There's the little Western Union telegraph um, note. I'm not going to read them all, but here's where Dr. Henry Jones a ticket to one of his lectures, and the authenticity article, and then a bunch of pictures. There's a bunch of pictures from clips from the movie, and there's Professor Jones, and that's supposed to be Indiana when he was a boy. So it came with all these pictures, excerpts from the movie. And there's a couple more, I think, in here. Maybe I'm missing them. Here's a letter and another newspaper article, a little dollar. I forget what the significance of that was. And then here's a, what do you call it? Train ticket or train schedule. And then there's a map in here. Then there's the rubbing from the movie when they did the rubbing or showed the rubbing. He didn't do this. This was the rubbing that the bad guy, I forget his name. You see, I should watch it again to know all these people's names. And then the Western Telegraph Company, little blank. And then this is the wrapping that it came in with faux postage and, like the old time oilcloth wrapping. And then in the journal, it has, if you've ever seen where Indiana shows the inside of the journal, and this is supposedly and it's not on the good, it's not on the parchment paper, it's not on right, Tori, and hi, by the way, it's not on the parchment paper like is in the movie. I guess that would probably be very expensive to duplicate and replicate, but it has everything in the book that is in the actual journal. The actual journal is online. You can go online and see this journal, the journal from the movie, and see all the maps, the notes, the drawings, the sketches, everything from the actual little leather journal that Indiana and Sean Connery carried around in the movies. So, all the different notes. It's quite extensive, really, but it's a replica of it. So I think it's very cool. There's a lot to it. There's Denise. Hi, Denise. Denise, I'll show it again real quick. Arlene, our Arlene, she has some of Arlene's stuff in her Scavvy hunt. Denise does. Arlene sent me some happy mail, Denise, and I know there's one thing in there that you're going to want. So let me finish flipping this book and then I'll show it. So yeah, Hubster got me this for Christmas a few years ago. So it's the Grail diary is what it's called. The Grail diary. If y'all have seen the movie number 3. So yeah, it's quite a lot in there. And like I said, all these little inclusions, I put them in there neater, but for right now, I'm just going to stick them in there. And then it has the strap, and it has the faux oilcloth cover. Denise, Arlene sent me a bunch of stuff, and I told her, I said, I think Denise is going to want this. It's a Betty Boop pen. It's a little Betty Boop on the pen. I told Arlene, I said, Denise is going to want this. So anyway, I just thought it was so cute. All right, let me go ahead and get a sip of my lemon water. Hi, Lisa. Hey, girl. Hi. It's been a minute. Hang on. I keep them pretty handy, but. Hey, girl. Hey. my goodness. So let's see. Let's grab the light again. Let's see. Kimberly. I know, isn't it cute, Denise? So Denise and Samantha and Cameron are coming down this next Sunday. We're going to have our Easter Sunday this coming Sunday because the real Easter Sunday week, the next week, for a family get together. Cameron won't be here. He'll be on the road to Yellowstone. He'll be on the road to Yellowstone. He's driving with a friend, and they're going to Yellowstone for another 6 months. Don't cry, Denise. Don't cry. So we're going to have an Easter dinner this coming Sunday, and Samantha's supposed to be in a fashion. She designed something for the fashion show for her college. I guess, is it the same type of show that they had last year, Denise? And so I think Denise is going to try to make that next Friday at Samantha's college. Next Friday. You're not sure it's practical, but it is super cute. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can always take you put that on a, what do you call it? On a journal, like journal jewelry, Denise. Let's see. Shelly. Who else am I missing? Said hi to Annette. Okay, so a couple things. First, before we get into talking about the artist trading card swap. So y'all know we talked about doing a zine swap. We talked about doing a zine swap. And Janet and I discussed it, but instead of doing the zine swap, we are going to go ahead and do an artist trading card swap. Now, y'all know I like doing little bit bigger cards, but we're going to go ahead and do an official artist trading card ATC swap. And I'm going to give you all the deets, and it will be sent to Janet. Janet's going to host it again. She wanted to. I tried, but she said she would do it. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But real quick, I want to go. If y'all remember last week, me sent me this fantasy tales color book, and I'm going to color something in it again today with alcohol markers. So I didn't completely finish. I cut them out. I'll trim them down. I do want to do something on the background there, and I want to finish these leaves. But let me just tell you this real quick. So last week I did not see it, but Janet told me about it, and I did make a note of it. I did make a note of it when I went back and scrubbed through my chat. I always scrub back through my chat. I told Janet what I was going to do here, guys. So just FYI. And y'all were talking about how this bird looked like he was getting ready to poop on Pinocchio's head. So if I can do this, guys. So I told Janet. I told Janet, let me clean up my pipette. I told her I was going to do this, and I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be funny. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'll let that dry, and I will finish coloring this, and this oh my goodness. And this was a Hubster goes, don't you want to practice that first? I went, no, we'll just go for it. Wherever it lands, it lands. So anyway, let me set this aside to dry, and we will be coloring in the book. Today I'm gonna use alcohol markers in the book. My eyes are watering now. All right, so let's go ahead and talk. I have all kinds of notes here. I have all kinds of notes for the artist trading card swap. So if you have questions, just hold on for a minute. Um, we like to do that, Zinjin. Uh, all right, so let's see. Kristen, anybody else I might be missing? What did Elisa say? Denise is laughing at something. Hi, Juju. Let's see. Love the. Okay, so yeah. Oh my gosh. So, and I do have other notes over here in this book. This is my other current sketchbook I'm using. And so I have notes over here for that too. uh, I got to keep adjusting the light. All right. So, artist trading cards. Artist trading cards are 2.5 by 3.5 inches. I like doing a little bit, like I said earlier, I like doing a little bit larger cards. Do I have one right hand? Let me get one right handy. Um, but we're gonna do artist trading cards because that's everybody. Let's see, where is one here? Let me find something here. Everybody knows what that is. But here, let me just pull a sample size here. So this is usually the size I like to do my art cards in is like this size. But official artist trading cards are 2.5 by you are ready for me. Oh my goodness. So they're 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And so I like doing these, but like I said, we're going to stick with the official. Now listen, get a pen, paper. I will put the deets in the post tab. It used to be called the community tab. YouTube changed it to post, and that's where I post a book every week. I think we're up to week 117 now, I think 16, 17, something like that. And I post a book every week, and I've been doing that every week for 100 and something, 115, 16, 17 weeks. But that's now called the post tab. And so under the post tab, I will post the details about this. It's not due till May 30th. So you have all of April and all of May to get them to Janet. So y'all don't, we'll put the details there. Janet and I'll both be talking about it. So you don't have to know it all right this minute, but I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all all the details of it, and then you can either go back and watch this again or wait and see what I put in the post tab later today. So what the swap is going to entail, if y'all have been watching Janet, she has started a passport journal. And it's a big journal, and she's doing countries of the world. She's drawing their national bird, their flag, a major city, cutting things out, stamping, postage stamp. She's just doing it's a passport journal, and it's quite large, and it's amazing. So we had talked about, oh my gosh, that would be such a fun zine swap if everybody could do a passport zine. Well, we decided, because we've done zines the last couple of times, that we're going to mix it up this time. I think it's easier for people to do artist trading cards. You just have to have a piece of cardstock, cut it down to 2.5 by 3.5. Let me write that down. 2.5 by 3.5, or 2.5 by 3.5 inches. Okay. And that's the size of them. And this is how we're going to do it. The theme is going to be passport. It's going to be any way that you want to do with countries. It can be one country. It could be multiple countries, because what you're going to do, you're going to send in 10. You're going to send in 10 in a self-addressed stamped envelope. All these details, again, will be on the post later. You're going to send them all your 10 cards into a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you don't know what that is, it's a separate envelope that you put your address on, and you put your return postage on. International people cannot put return postage on there. So because they put EU stamps, and we can't mail that back to you with that stamp. So Janet and I have always, during our swaps, have always volunteered to pay for the return postage of any international. But you still have to do your envelope. Do not make Janet make you a return envelope. You have to have a self-addressed envelope. If you're international, you don't have to put the stamps. If you are US, you have to put the stamps, okay? You have to put your return postage. You will send 10 artist trading cards based on a country. They can all be the same country. They can be they could be 10 different countries. And so how a swap works, an artist trading card swap works, is like you will send in 10, you will get 9 back because the hostess always gets to keep one for her trouble. Now, Jen and I decided that this time when you send in your 10, you will get 9 back from 9 different people. You will get 9 different people. That's providing that at least 9 people participate, which we never have had that not happen. But Janet's going to send them back to you in a sleeve like this. And they will be folded up like this and put in your return envelope. And you will get 9 back from 9 different people. Okay? Yes. Please do not forget. Again, the return envelope of international, Janet and I will pay for the postage to return it to you. But anyway, you will get it back in a sleeve like this. So you send in 10, you get 9 back. Janet gets to keep 1. Okay. Yes. And Janet is going to show her passport journal today, along with finishing up the Scavvy hunt and doing the random giveaway for anybody that got at least 90 done and has contacted Janet telling her to put you on the list. If you got at least 90 of the scavenger hunt done, then you will be entered in the drawing, which she is going to do today. Okay. She's going to do that. She's going to do that today. So that is the basic rules. Okay. You're going to send in 10. It can be any country. They can all be the same. Now here's some sub rules, if you will. No dimensions. Do not put anything dimensional on these. For one, it tears the envelopes. Don't put any dimension on it. No bumpy stuff. If you don't know what I mean by dimensional, they have to be flat. Okay. They have to be flat. And, Janet has to be able to fit them in these sleeves to send them back to you. So no dimensional. Make sure on the back you put your name. It can be your fake name if you want. I say your fake name. Whatever name you're using online. It can be your real name or online name. And if you want anybody to recognize you or follow you, you can put your IG, whatever you want. You can put whatever information you want on the back. Okay. But at least put something. Put some name, like CB doesn't have to put Caroline. She can just put CB. We know who CB is. But if you don't put anything, Janet's going to send these out and somebody's going to go, who did that one? Janet's going to go, I don't know. They didn't put their name on it. And yeah, if anybody wants to purchase any, we're not sponsored by Amazon. Janet and I are not sponsored by anybody. But if you want some sleeves, you can buy some more sleeves. But Janet and I are going to supply you with a sleeve on your return, and it will go in a business size envelope because that will just fit right in. This fits. If y'all have ever done any pocket pages, it's kind of that similar kind of vibe, except there's no dimensions. Pocket pages got all kinds of stuff going on. If y'all have not seen my pocket page notebook or 3-ring binder, I can show that to you later. If you remind me. Last week, nobody reminded me to show the posters thing that I was going to show at the end of the stream. So it didn't get done because I forgot to. So anyway, that is the basic rules. All right. Now, do y'all have any questions that you don't think I answered? Or Janet, is there anything else you want to say? I will put I'll break it down and put it in the post tab under the stream. later today, or not. I mean, under my YouTube channel. It's just under post. It won't be under just an individual video, although this video is telling you all about it. So now I'm going to look at chat. No, it will be no. One stamp, if you mean to send it, no. I would say at least, I would, for my safety, I'd put three. I would put three just for safety, extra, just to make sure. It's probably two. You could probably get away with sending two on your return, um, your return self-addressed stamped envelope, returned envelope. You could probably get away with two stamps. I personally would put three just to make sure. Okay. You will send it to Janet. You get with Janet and she will give you her address. Okay. Thank you, Kat. Get with Janet. Let me go here. Get with Janet, either with her email, and let her know that you want her address to send to her. Okay. It has to be done. It has to be, let me see here. You have until May 30. Okay. May 30th. All right, let me see if there's any more. Let's see. And also, let me go ahead and just tell y'all this. Self-addressed stamped envelope, international, national, we'll pay return. Okay, we'll pay to return. Because you can't send international. We can't send you something with an international stamp. All right, I'm looking here. Let's see. Guys, say hi to Kathleen. Who else am I missing? If y'all have, it's cardstock, Missy. It's just cardstock. You can use whatever kind of cardstock you want. It can be any color you want. You can use colored cardstock. You can, but don't just put it on a piece of copy paper. Okay. Use some cardstock, and also please do your best, guys. Don't just slap a sticker of USA on there and send it in. Do your best. Make it something you would be proud to get to receive back. Okay. Make it something, we're not expecting you to be Picasso or anything, but do the best you can to make your country or countries. You could do 9 countries, or you could do all the same country, but you cannot copy them. Don't copy 9 of these and send in, or 10 rather. Don't copy 10 of your original and send them in. They all have to be original. And by original, I don't mean that they have to be different countries, but they can't be a copy. Don't just make a copy of 10 and send them in. You have to make all. You have to make them all original. Let's see. Let me get one more here. You send 10, and you get 9 different people. Okay, so you're going to get 9. I'm going to try to kind of just lay this out here for a couple minutes so y'all can write down any notes. All right, if I miss something, I also no embellishments. And when I say no embellishments, that doesn't mean you can't do collage. You can do collage as long as it's flat. You can't put 3D elements. No 3D elements. Let me put this over here where there's not a glare. Okay, no, I should put that. 3D embellishments. All right, let me see what else I might be missing. Scrolling, looking. Do you need a bit? You're not going to, no, you don't have to worry about the sleeve, Regina. Janet's sending you all your returns in the sleeve. You don't have to buy any sleeves. Janet just put that in there. So if you were interested in collecting ATCs and you want some sleeves, they're your standard baseball card collecting sleeves. That's the same size as a playing card, an artist trading card, a baseball card. They're all this size. And so these sleeves are standard, but no, you do not need to buy a sleeve. Okay. You do not need to buy a sleeve. If you're talking about return envelope, if you send a business size envelope, These fit in a business size envelope. So send in a self-addressed stamped biz size. Okay. I know that the ones from EU are a little bigger than that. Do I have one handy to measure? Let's see. Do I have a business size in here? Do I have one sitting in here? Do I not got to go down to the office? I might have to go down to the office to get one. I don't have one right here. Jana, do you know what a business size envelope is? Right offhand, if somebody wants to tell me the size of a business size envelope, this right here, let me tell you this size because this will help. Okay, let me get a ruler here. Okay, so the sleeve will be, get the right side here. The sleeve is 4, and I'm going all the way to the edge. 4 by 8 3/4. No, 8, is that right? Yeah. 4 by 8 3/4. So any envelope bigger than that, but a business size, guys. In the US, it's a business size envelope. This will fit. Okay. That's what you need as your self-addressed stamped envelope. Okay. What I say? 4 by 8 3/4. Okay. Standard. It's a standard business size envelope. Okay. You're welcome, Missy. All right. Let's see. What other questions do we have? If you have any, yes, if you want to keep one for yourself, make 11. But they're all going to, they're all going to be different. All your cards are going to be different because they're going to be individual. You have to make. There's no copies in this, so but if you want one of your own, then make 11 for one for yourself. That's a good point, CB. Make one for yourself to keep. Yeah, exactly, Elisa. That is a good idea. Okay, so let's see. Scrolling. You don't have to get a sleeve, Lindy. Janet is sending you your returns in a sleeve. You are not sending yours in a sleeve. All you have to do is pile up your 10 and put them in an envelope with a self-addressed stamped return envelope. Janet is going to put them in the sleeves. Y'all don't have to worry about a sleeve, okay? You don't have to buy them. You don't have to get them. Janet just put a link to the sleeves in there in case if you're a collector of artist trading cards, then you already know about the sleeves anyway. They're already 3-ring punch. They're ready to put in a binder. They're baseball card collector sleeves. They're all the same. They're 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, let's see. Yes, no bulky items. That's what I said. No 3-dimensional items. Let's see. Scrolling. I'm seeing what else. Put it in caps. Yes, you can use stickers. You can use stickers as long as it's flat. You can use collage papers. You can use, collage materials, stickers. But don't get them more. You want to keep it. You want to just not 3D. Let's put it that way. Not 3D. Let's see. It's a size 10 envelope. Thank you, Teresa. There's this business size is 4 1/8 by 9 1/4. Was it 9 1/4? Oh, that's the size of the envelope. I wrote the size of the sleeve. Okay, so this is the sleeve size. Okay, so that's the size of a business envelope. Let me make that down here. It's a 9.5 by 4 1/8 or 9.5. Let me do a half because I did that there. 9.5 by 4 1/8 envelope. Okay, or big, a little. If it's a little bigger, if it's a international envelope, that's a little bit. But you got to be able to fit this in there. You got to be able to fit this in the envelope. Okay. So yes, Angie, I answered that. Let's see. You yeah, you can do them all the same. You can do the same country. You can do them all the same or different. It just has to be a country. It can be 9 countries. Well, you send in 10 because Janet gets to keep one. Don't forget that. You send in 10 and you get 9 back from 9 different people. Okay. Let's see. You just can't make copies. They can all be similar, they can all be like I'm in the US. If I did some, Statue of Liberty or Washington Monument or the Alamo, something from the United States. But remember it's passport, so it's international, like travel, right? International. And you'll see Janet's passport journal. But my point is you can do all different ones. You can do them all the same, but they have to be hand done, each one. No copies. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So you can make them all similar. It's your first time making artist trading cards. Well, I can tell you right now, you go Google it, you will go into a black hole. I can show you. I've got up at the top. Let's see if I can just take a picture from here. If y'all want to see some of my older ones, I haven't really done ATC official artist trading card swaps for a while. Let me see here. Let me get a camera here. Take a picture up there. Photos. So if you want to see some of my old ATCs that are back from like 2004, I have up here on my shelf, up here, these are 4-inch binders and a 5-inch binder. These are all artist trading cards up here in binders. I did it for years and years and years, 4 to 5 years. I did artist trading card swaps in the official size. So if you want to see some, I will be glad to pull one of the notebooks down. No, you do not need to sign up. However, you need, let's see. You don't need to sign up, but you're going to need Janet's address so that you can send them to Janet. Okay. You're going to send them to Janet. So you are going to just send them to her. Yeah. So you got to get with Janet to get Janet's address if you don't already have it. Do you have any past? Yes, I will, Keeks. A fortnight. That's what I was just saying. I will pull down a notebook or two. Let's see. Yes, they Walmart sells the sleeves, but you do not have to buy any. You do not have to supply yourself with any sleeves. I hope that y'all don't go out and buy sleeves. No, do not have to buy sleeves. Janet is just going to send them back to you in a sleeve. Okay. All right. Let's see. Scrolling, looking for anything in caps, anything else in caps. Some in chat on new ATC. Yes, I'm going to show some. You just go online and look, Zinjan, and I've got probably a few. I probably have a few videos myself, and it's the same kind of thing as my art cards. Look up my art cards. It's the same difference. It's just that these are smaller. Same difference. These are just smaller. Okay. And Janet will show some as well today. Let's see. Hi, Becky, Laverne. I said hi to Laverne. Okay, so if you have any more questions about anything other than what I've said here, you can put it in caps and ask me. I'm not repeating this though today. You'll have to go back and watch the video again, because otherwise I'll just be repeating this and repeating this and repeating this all day long. Because every time somebody new comes in, then I'll have to repeat it. So I will put all the information in the post tab. It used to be called community tab. I will put all this information, date, size, time. I'm not going to put Janet's address in there though. You have to get with Janet to get her address. I'm not going to dox Janet. Okay. So you will have to get with Janet to exchange addresses with Janet. Okay. Oh, thank you, Cassie. I have an ATC playlist. It's been a while since I put anything in there, but I probably have shown my binders in that. Now, can I get up there and get one? Let's see. Hmm. I'm probably going to have to climb up on the table. So hang on. I don't want to put my feet up there because nobody wants to see my feet. Here's my pants. But let me see if I can get up here to grab one or two. Hang on, guys. And these may not be my best or favorite ones. Uh-oh. These may not be my best or favorite ones, but you'll get the idea. Okay. All right. So let's do this real quick. All right. So this is all the information. I'll flip it back out there in a minute. All right. Let's see here. Let's grab the light again because I put black notebook out here. All right. So how we would do our swaps back in the day, again, these are probably all going to be back, and I'm going to try to cover up information here. How we used to do it back in the day, it was usually 10, send in 10, get 9 back. This one was keys or keyholes. Now, let me reiterate, a lot of these are dimensional. You cannot do a dimensional in this swap. No 3D, okay? Put it in caps if you have a question. So this one was, and I have a couple missing. I've probably swapped them out with somebody else. But like for instance, this was a keyhole. This is keyhole. And they actually made a little keyhole with a little film thing in there. But this is dimensional. That is dimensional. We're not doing dimensional, okay? And I can't stress that enough. A couple people in dimensional swaps before, when we've done a whole bunch of them like this, they weren't in plastic sleeves. They tore through the envelopes. Okay, they tore through your return envelope. We don't want that to happen. So mine in this, and I kept one for myself in each of the swaps. So this one was from 2005. Let me get a sip of water. Hang on. So this was from 2005. I did pressings of a real key and a real keyhole. I did polymer clay. So this was my ATC for keys and keyhole for this swap in 2005. I did polymer clay key and keyhole. Okay. But y'all can't do that. Y'all can't do that in this one. So that was keys and keyholes. This one was leftover stickers. This one was Zetiology. If y'all know Tisha Moore kind of coined the Zetiology, and this was a Zetiology swap. And you might be seeing if there's like a space right there, you might be seeing the next theme through there. This one was ornaments. Everybody had to make an ornament, and then some people put them on a little hanger. This one I did in 2005. So you can see they can become very detailed and very elaborate, if you will. But all you have to do is a flat one. So this one was anything angels. This one was mine, and let's see these are probably from 2005. Most of these, yeah. So these were 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago. And mine had a little quote on it that the reason angels can fly is they take themselves lightly. That's a G.K. Chesterton quote. So that one was mine. But I love so many of them. Okay, this one was Man's Best Friend. And in mine, I actually drew, now these are copies because I did send in the originals of a little sketch of dogs. So I sent in sketches of dogs. And then these were the ones that I got in return. This is a hand-painted one. I hope y'all can see these okay. Are y'all being able to see them? I hope. Maybe I need to brighten it up just a little because the white paper now is sucking the light out of the room. Okay, then this one is Devil's Advocate. That's this one. This one was a bird swap, and I did birds. I did birds for that swap. Devil's Advocate. So anything to do with devil. This person actually did a little quilt. A little mini quilt. So I'm telling you, people are very creative. Now, I'm not showing these to discourage you from participating. If you've never done an ATC, you can see Devin. Okay. If you've never done an ATC, then, um, just do your best. Anything with wings. And again, you're seeing through to the next level here. Hand drawn, Susie Homemaker. These are all Susie Homemaker. This was more Christmas ornaments. Anything with the muse. This was anything with the muse. This one was anything Jewish. And I did I did one with polymer clay. Did a mezuzah there and I stamped Hebrew letters. I hand carved the Hebrew alphabet at one time. So that was mine, but it's dimensional. That's too much dimension for you to send in. So, but yeah, so that was that theme. Then this one was Da Vinci, or is it? Yeah, anything Leonardo da Vinci. And again, at the time I was doing a lot of polymer clay, so polymer clay pieces on there. Then the next one, this was found photos. And people did their relatives. I used a picture of my mother-in-law when she was 2 or 3 years old. I did a little card that went with it. Little Thelma May grew up to be quite the ham because she married a Willingham. My mother-in-law married, my father-in-law, Willingham. So she grew up to be quite the ham. So that is actually my mother-in-law when she was 2 or 3. Let's see. Then we have Altered Waterhouse, the artist Waterhouse, anything to do with Waterhouse. Coffee, anything to do with coffee. Again, mine was a polymer clay stamped coffee thing there. I hope this is kind of helping y'all more Halloween and just ornaments. More handmade ornaments. And you can see some people actually even worked on the back of cards. So yeah, so let's see here. And I've been involved here's one with sisters. I did nuns. That was mine. So yeah, you can kind of see there's just so many. And then this was vintage. All right, so this one, and again, these are photographs because I sent in the originals, but I did I used those stencils, the little yellow stencils, y'all know, little yellow stencils. Well, I used a different one on each one, and I painted them and I added something to them. Again, these are copies because I sent in the original, but you can kind of see here's the ones that I did. We swapped out a whole alphabet. Yeah, I know, right? Angie's logged. Yeah, these are some from 2004, 5, 6. So these were ones that, like for instance, there's my handmade bee stamp that was on the bee, and they're those yellow stencils, but I've painted them, right? So here's the different E. I think that one's echo. F was feet. So yeah, they're different. And again, this is a copy because I sent all the originals. But I'll just show them to you. Here's J's, jack-o'-lantern, keys. So these were all but we did the whole alphabet. Here's the rest of them. Wax seal. This is a real wax seal that I put on there. So this umbrella, that's one of the little drink umbrellas I put on there. So yeah, I did this for 4 or 5 years. This was before I started streaming. I started streaming in 2010. These are from 2005, 6, 7, 8. So these were before I started streaming. And and this is just one of 5 notebooks that I have. Okay, I'm not going to climb back up there right now. I won't make y'all watch me climb back up there. And then these are by different people, individual people that I swapped with. And so, yeah. Look at this one, guys. Look at this one. This is all hand beaded. Those are sewn on beads. I mean, I'm just telling you, some people got really elaborate. and they're dimensional. Here's more ornaments with little hangers. And so they're all, they're just all different. Everybody's are so different. So I'm just going to kind of show. Here's I did a lot of them with spackle, using the DAP spackle, the stuff you fill holes with. I did them with DAP spackle to make them dimensional like that. These are from 2006. These were birthday ones people sent me. So just tons of them. I've got hundreds of them. Just so y'all can kind of get a quick, and you can pause it later and look at them closer. Dr. Seuss was one. So yeah, so there's lots of them. And I still have, and I show this every now and then, I still have, let's see if I can get this down here. These are my leftovers after I quit doing ATCs. Here's some of my leftovers. These are ones that I've, like, here's one I made a little book, ATC book, but they're, and they're in different stages. Like, here's a spackled one that hasn't been painted yet. I got some of those and here's one that has been painted. Spackle has been painted. So these are leftovers in different stages. Because like I said, I did ATC swaps, hosted them, swapped them for 4 or 5 years. Like, I was involved in 2 to 4 swaps a week. I was doing 2 to 4 swaps every week. So, yeah. All right. So let me put those back up on the shelf. All right. Let's see. Now I know I've missed a lot of comments. Let me scroll back. Hi, Dot. All right. Let's see where I'm at. Looking for things in caps. Just say hi to Devin, Kitty Jen. Hi, Kathy Berg. Let's see. Oh, I said hi to Mama Juju. Drywall. Yes, of course. The only thing with it is buy little jars of it if you ever do decide to use them for art. I get the DAP brand, but once you take that lid off, you have to make sure you put a baggie over it and seal it back up really tight, because otherwise it'll dry out. It'll dry out in just a couple of days. Let's see. I think I said hi to Tori. Yes, I was an ATC factory. Well, in this case, Kathy, if you participate in this one, you have 2 months. You have 2 months to do this one, okay? And I'm going to just flip out the cards here. Again, let's start with, they are 2.5 by 3.5. You do not have to put yours in a sleeve. Your returns will be in a sleeve by Janet. You have to send them to Janet, okay? I will put the information, except for Janet's address, in the post tab after the stream. Okay, no 3D embellishments. You have to get them to Janet by May 30th. That's a hard cutoff date. If they come in May 31st, they're going to be sent back to you. So that's how it works. If you don't get your ATC sent to you, sent to Janet by May 30th, she will just return yours in your self-addressed stamped envelope. Where's that one? Here we go. You have to send in a self-addressed stamped envelope. And just as long as it will fit, a business size, because it just has to fit this. Okay. So yeah, your business size envelope. All right, let's see. Put your name, and if you want to, IG or whatever information, if you got a website or something you want to promote, put that on the back. Okay, let me write that down here. On back. Okay. The envelope has to be to 9.5. Is that, oh no, that's a business. Is that the business size envelope? Or is that the size that we measured the sleeve? Just a business size envelope, guys, is what you need to put your return. Your return. You can send it to Janet in any size envelope you want, but you have to make sure that those self-addressed stamped envelope for Janet to send back yours, that you will have, you know, that enough room for one of these folded up sleeves. Okay. What else I'm sure there's something else. I'll put it all in the comments. Let me review my post-it notes here. They can all be the same or all different. There's no copies though. No copies and no embellishments. Okay. I'll put that. I said that. Do your best work. And the theme is passport. Anything to do with the passport. Okay. Countries. You send in 10, you get 9 back. No dimensions. 1 set per household. Because otherwise it gets too confusing to try to make sure you don't get duplicates. Some people and some swaps allow it, and we have in the past, where you can send in more than 1 set. In other words, you can send in, 20 and get 18 back. But then the problem with that is Janet has to try to make sure you don't get duplicates in your 20. So 1 set per household. Going to be strict on that. 1 set per household. Do not send in 20 and want 18 back. Okay. You only can send in 10 and get 9 back. Okay. So I did write some things down about how you could do some backgrounds. If you want to start with the background, you can do collage, ephemera, postage stamps. You can use jelly prints, stencils. You can do stamped. Any kind of your stamps, a rubber stamp, a foam stamp, any kind of stamping. You could do stencil, smack and dragon. If y'all don't know what smack and dragon is, that's to make a background. And you can do a full sheet. And I'll do one real quick just so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see. Do I have a piece of wax paper or something here? What do I have handy? Here? Let me just get a piece of wax paper. Probably the easiest thing. But you can do a smack and dragon on anything non-porous. It can be a piece of plastic. It can be anything plastic, a piece of packaging, anything plastic that's not going to soak up the ink. And so a smack and dragon, let me see, what should I use for it? Let me just get my dilutions. That's the easiest, even though it is the messiest and the hardest to get off my hands. But I'm going to go ahead and do this just so I can show y'all. Okay, so a smack and dragon, and you've probably seen Tim Holtz do something very similar. You spray down some inks. It can be whatever, spritz down some inks. And again, it's probably best if you put it on a packaging or something better than a wax paper. And then just add a little bit of water. And then you take your card and you do a smack and drag. Smack and drag. Smack and drag. Going to go back and get more if you didn't get enough. Okay, so that's a smack and drag. It's really, I call it smack and dragon, just because that sounds kind of cool. But yeah. So, y'all know how to do backgrounds. We've done backgrounds here, there, everywhere. Everybody does backgrounds. So, throw this one away. Okay, so, just as a background, as a starter to put your whatever else you're going to do, whatever country, you can do a smack and dragon that fits your country. Okay, this is really flashy now. Let's see. Let's go back one. Let's turn down the brightness a little. There we go. So, yeah. All right. Hi, Raul. Are you back in town or are you heading back out again? Good to see you. Hope your health is improving. We always like to see you, Raul. Let me get a sip of water. Let's see. Hi, Butterfly. Okay, so again, I will put all this information in the post tab. It used to be called community tab. That's why I'm doing that post tab after the stream. And Janet will talk about it as well. All right. Any more questions real quick? Any more questions? I'm going to look at my other page of notes here. Um, I think everything here I've said. I think I've said everything on here. All right, so I'm going to move this off the table. Where I'm going to move it, I don't know. But I did cut me out. I hadn't cut me out any fresh artist trading cards for a while, so I cut some out. So I'm going to do a couple giveaways today. I'm going to give away some blanks. Okay, I'm going to give away some blanks. And if you already have 1,000 ATC cuts already done, then just don't participate, but I'm going to send out some already cut artist trading card blanks, and it international and US. Okay, so I'm going to do that here in a little while. All right, so now we're going to go back. We're going to go back to our funny tales. If y'all missed it earlier, I did a little from Pinocchio. Remember last week, everybody said that the bird looked like he was going to poop on Pinocchio. So earlier we had the bird poop. He just landed right on his head. So yeah, this was the book Me sent, Funny Fairy Tales. And so this one was all done with Woomer color pencils. I've not finished the background, and I've not finished these leaves up here, but I did finish Pinocchio, and you can see some little gold joints on him. You missed it, Devin. It's earlier though. You can go back and see it. We splatted it. We splatted it live. It was live, Devin. It was a live poop. Okay, so I have not decided what I'm going to do today. And again, I think I'm going to remove this while we stream this because I think the lighting will be better during a coloring session. It'll be better if it's let's see, color intensity. Let's see, brightness. I'll readjust once I find a picture. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see what we're going to do. And I'm going to use alcohol markers today, I think, and probably some pencil shading or something. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to color another page out of the Me book. And what I'll probably do, because I do cut them out, and I cut them down and mount them on black cardstock and put them in my 3-ring binder. Y'all see, I love my 3-ring binders. Artist trading cards, color book pages, Society of Idea Collectors. Everything's in a binder. All right, so let me flip through and see what I want to color today. Do I want to do Snow White? Well, I don't want to do the same one that's on the cover. Let's do something different. There's Red Riding Hood, Alice. And I don't want to, if it's this much detail like this, I probably won't finish it on a stream, right? So let's just look through. Oh yes, prompts. Thank you, Janet. Yes, I will do the prompts. Thank you. Especially Terry does the prompts. So y'all know we pick 5 prompts every Monday when people remind me. And y'all can do whatever you want. If you want to see someone that excellently uses the prompts, go follow Terry Brett on IG. I think it's Terry Brett 3 on IG, and see how you can use these prompts in amazing ways. All right, so I just take a little stack off the top, and I do write mine down as well. Today is 4/7. Okay, so let's pick 5. 5 off the top. Y'all ready? Here we go. Any flower, car, flying, taxi, and Gauguin, the artist. Okay, I think I spelled his name right. So that's any flower, car, flying, taxi, and Gauguin. I think it's Gua, but anyway, the artist. Okay, there we go. That's our 5 for the day. Write them down, even if you don't do anything with them right now. Write them down, and keep them in your Society of Idea Collector notebook or your TN or whatever that you keep your ideas in. And so when you don't have an idea, you'll have an idea. All right, let's go back over here. There's Beauty and the Beast brushing their teeth. Alice is in a teacup there. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be. It's in French over here. I'm not sure who this is supposed to be. Of course, I can make it be whatever I want. But she's got this tattoo. I kind of like her because this is a good page for alcohol markers. So I might do that. And I'm not sure. It says La Princesse. Does anybody want to translate? It's Ariel. It's right there. Ariel. Okay, so it's do an undersea thing. I'm going to color her whatever colors I want, though, because right now I don't remember. I think she has blonde hair. I think that's all I remember. Doesn't Ariel have blonde hair? That's all. I think that's all I remember about her. And Dorothy from Wizard of Oz. So, yeah, I think I'm going to just go with Ariel. This one. So cute. All right. So, Me sent me this book. I'll give you all the ISBN number. You can get it off of Amazon. 978-837-886-0913. And it's Kevin Tao Art. I think there was a picture of him in here. So thank you, Me. I do keep the little notes when someone sends me something. All right, so that's what we're going to color today. I guess I could keep that over here and put this up on. That's got a bump on it. Let's get a smooth surface. Make sure that's smooth. All right, I think I'm going to take a quick break, guys. Lemon water. And and if y'all missed the beginning of the show where I talked about being thankful, we had a tornado warning at 8 o'clock this morning, from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. I was just saying, man, Lord, let the electricity stay on so I can stream. And the tornado passed us over. So again, remind yourself to be thankful for something every day. And remind your friends to be thankful for something every day. And I remind myself too. So I'll be right back, guys. Just 1 second. Okay, while I was thinking about it, we haven't used our color cubes in a while. I have a whole bunch more, laid out here. I got some more discs laid out ready to go. Maybe we'll do a disc on Wednesday. I'm not sure. We haven't done color cube selection in a while. I'm just going to take the top box. I got both boxes, but we'll do a color cube Ariel. So let's see, which did I get, box 1 or 2? I'm not sure if this is, I think this is box 1. It is, I think. Oh, wait, let's go this way. Let's go the right way. So there are 250 in each box. So this one is 1 through 250, and that's plenty to choose from. So let's see. Fortnite, Keeks. And if y'all don't follow Fortnite, y'all go follow Fortnite, Keeks. on YouTube. Pick a number between 1 and 250. And if I really do not like it, I'll make you pick another one. But we'll see. So pick a number between 1 and 250. 16. Okay, 16. Number 16 are these colors. Not very underwater-esque. What do y'all think? Give me one more and I'll decide between the two. Give me one more number between 1 and 250. This is kind of more earthy, and she's more undersea, but pick one more. Dorothy, I was going to let 124. I was going to let Keeks pick it. 124. Okay, 124. I kind of like this one better for like a. What do y'all think? I'm kind of veering toward this one. What do y'all think? I think Ariel, this is better, right? For Ariel. We're going to go with that one. Okay, let's see. Let's put this one back. If y'all do not have the color cubes, Janet, and oh my gosh, Sarah, the developer, the maker of these color cubes, she has a new video out where she compared every pencil and marker for light fastness. Took her 6 months. You will just be in swatch heaven if you like that sort of thing. But yeah, Sarah is the make. Let me see, is her name on here? Let's see if her name's on here. And you cannot get these color cubes. At last I saw, you cannot get these on Amazon. You have to order them from her. Sarah Renee Clark. It's Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, Renee, R-E-N-A-E, Clark.com. SarahReneeClark.com is where you can buy these. And there's two, you can buy them, you can buy one box, the second box, or you can buy both boxes. Okay, so there you go. All right, let's see what I got. And I'm going to do alcohol markers today. And that's another reason why I cut it out. And let me trim it down a little. I will cut it right along the line and mount it on black cardstock and put it in a sleeve in my binder. But right now I'm just going to cut it down a little so I have some space on the side to see colors. And then I'll trim it down and put it on black cardstock. Color book pages always look good when they're mounted on black cardstock. Kind of like this, you know, how it's on black background. So there's the book. We're going to color this, and we're going to use these colors. If you have any comments, questions, oh, thanks, Kat. Comments, yeah, it was well done, wasn't it, Anne? That's a lot of work, is what it was. There's her website. Thank you. Or is that that's her YouTube channel. So if you go to her YouTube channel, you'll find information about how to order her cubes. Janet. Okay. Janet says she doesn't want to order them because she doesn't have a place to put them. I tease her that she could put them on the back of her toilet. And just, you know, they're just amazing. All right, so let's see what I'm gonna have to take a minute to pick out alcohol markers. Now I have all different kinds of alcohol markers. I have Copic, I have Ohuhu, I have Master's Touch, I have what's this one? This one is the thin Ohuhu ones. I've got all different brands, and I just mix them up. They're all my alcohol markers are right here. Here, y'all ready? I'm going to move the camera. So if you get dizzy, look away. Got all my alcohol markers right here. Okay, along with pencils and other markers and paints and other things. But all my alcohol markers are right here in front of me, with my paints are right under there. So let's move this back down. Okay, let's readjust the lighting. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and pick colors. So black. And the only thing that I do like is to make sure I have brush tip. Some of these are only chisel tip, and I don't use those when I'm coloring. A purple, that is kind of a red violet purple. So let's see. Let's see about this. That's not That's not red violet enough. Let's try this one. That's too blue on the blue side. Let's try this one. This is oh hoo hoo. I want the that's better. It's a little bit lighter, but if I put a couple coats, it's pretty close. So black, purple. Let's make sure this black is working. Yeah, that's working. And see, I'm already getting it all over me. Yeah. Let me get a baby wipe to keep my hands. All right, then let's see, raspberry. So let's get kind of kind of like a magenta color, maybe. That's a little on the light side. These are Milos. Let's see. Let's try this one. It almost needs to be a combo of those two. This raspberry, it's raspberry, but it's a little on the dark side. I'm afraid that we won't have much contrast. So let's keep both of those. Let's keep that light Milo and the darker Oh Hoo Hoo. Then blood orange. Let's see here. Let's test this orange. That's pretty good. That's a Milo. It's the mid-tone one. And they may not match up on camera like I'm seeing them, but I am matching them fairly well. Marigold, which is kind of a yellow ochre. Let's test this one. Let's test this Oh Hoo Hoo here. That's two on the orange side. Let's go with a little bit lighter color here. That's better. It's a little on the dark side again, but let's see if I can get a light one. That's almost the same. Let's try this one. That's too orange. Let's try this one. That's pretty good. I'm liking that one. So we're going to go with this Oh Hoo Hoo there. Okay, let's see what else. One more light pink, which that'll work good for her face. A light pink. Let's see. Oh, that's probably not very light. Let's try this one. That's too peach. I'm not going to the pinks here. Hang on, guys. Let's try this Copic Chow. That's too peachy. Let's try this peach one. That's too almost a hot pink. But I might use that for her brighter cheeks. But I'm gonna need something a lot lighter. Let's see. Here's another. That might be as close as I'm going to get. This is almost a purpley pink. Let's see if I can try one more. Let's try this beige pink. Nope, that's too brown. Let's try this one. That's too dark. Hang on, guys. I'm just going to test out a couple here. This is Oh Hoo. That one doesn't have a... what do you call it? A brush nib. Let's try. Oh, wait. I think this one. Let's try this one. That's too orange. You can't go by the cap. That looks pink to me. It doesn't look orange, but so this is I want to get a good skin color. Let's try this one. Nope. It's okay. Well, maybe for the shadows. Maybe with those three, maybe we can do it. Okay. So there's our colors. All right. Let me scroll back, see what I missed. I'm sure I missed something. Good heavens, studios. I know. A lot of markers, a lot of pens. And I tell people, hi, Joe Lou. I've been in this studio for 23 years. Maybe 24 now. It might be 24 years I've been in this studio. Let's see. Said hi to Marguerite. Show poop. Oh, Cat didn't see poop face. We did it live too. We did it live, Cat. Is this for Cat and Paste? We splatted it right on the show. All right. And hi, Cat and Paste. And I said hi to Devin. I'm scrolling to see if I missed any. Annie Mame. Hi, Annie Mame. Good to see you. Did you make it through that tornado, or are you even in town? You may not even be in town. Yeah, it was a perfect landing. We had a tornado warning this morning from 7:30 to 8. So, all right, let's see what I want to do here. I'm going to try to use all these colors, like maybe her hair can be the marigold. So, and also, guys, I might be picking up a lighter or darker shade off of each one. And I will probably get out my color pencils to do more shading, you know. But I'm going to start by just blocking in. I'm going to start by blocking in all the colors. Like her hair is going to be this color. All right, so I'm going to block in. I'm going to need a lighter yellow, but I'm going to get the marigold. Let me get the shadow of the marigold in here. And I do have it on a cardstock because it will go right through. Okay, it will go right through. So, and I'll decide what color. I didn't pull another yellow. Let's see. Did I pull that? Oh, let's see. That's a good one. Okay, we'll go with these two. We'll go with these two for the marigold color. All right, so I'm going to start by using, let's go ahead and zoom in. I'll start by using the grayscale shading that's already on there to start showing me where to put shadows. Okay. So, anything else going on around your studio? What are y'all working on? Are y'all doing anything fun to keep yourself positive other than doing the thankful thing I told y'all to do this morning? Be thankful, write it down, keep track of it. So you always can go back and look at what you're thankful, whether it's surviving a tornado, your good health, being able to be here, being able to be an artist, a creator, having supplies, your good families, your bad families. You got families. So, yeah. There's so many things to be thankful for, you know. So, and I remind myself of it too. And if I don't remind myself of it, Janet reminds me. Oh, you're gonna get your mess put away from the scabby hunt. Don't forget today, guys. Thanks for the reminder of that, by the way, Devin. Today is the day that Janet is going to do the scabby hunt random. If you had 90 or more in the scavenger hunt, you'll be in the drawing, but you have to let Janet know before 1 o'clock. Let her know before 1 o'clock. Y'all have had 3 months to get it done and to let her know that you have at least 90 things done. And then she'll put you in the random.org drawing today. Let's see. He says, I made cacti artist cards yesterday for my first trade. Awesome. Did you do it on stream or on a video, Keeks? I still want to call her Fortnite. Y'all follow Fortnite. All right, let's just go ahead and get some more of the shadows in here. The best way to use alcohol markers really is to keep a wet edge. So you really should be doing lights and darks together to keep them to blend really well. But the hair, I almost kind of want it to be kind of streaky like this, you know. So, and again, I'm not following any colors from the Ariel movie or books or anything like that. I'm using the color cube here for my color combo today. We used the Woomer color pencils last week on the Pinocchio page, except for that one thing of ink, that one splotch of ink. Videos up. Okay, I'll have to go watch it, Keeks. If anybody here has YouTube stream or videos and you put something up, in the last week, let us know. If you put something up in the last week. Devin did an amazing video and she talked about it and reiterated on it. She streams every Wednesday. Devin does. Streams every Wednesday and right here, like, see, I can go off the page here. I can go out of lines or off the edge because I'm going to cut this down to right at the edge and mount it on black cardstock, so I don't have to be careful on the edge or anything. Devin streams on 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Xandra did a good stream yesterday. Scraps to Beauty Xandra. She's not feeling well, so y'all keep her in a good thoughts and prayers because she's going to be going to Europe soon. I'm not sure the exact date, but she needs to get healthy before she hits the planes. Let's see. Yeah, Miriam. I don't know if Miriam has an exact time. I never see an exact time that Miriam streams, but she streams quite often. She does shorts, she does streams, she does vids. So follow Miriam. She just might pop up in your feed at any moment. Let's see. Just watching. All right, so let's put a little deal there. All right, so now I'm going to take the yellow, and I might have to go back and forth to do a little more blend. But this paper is copy paper thin, and I think Tina had to go take care of her windshield being replaced, so she's probably not here. She does not like copy paper color books. So if you buy a book that's an Amazon or a KDP color book, if you're just going to make a copy for yourself, copy it on a better quality paper. If you don't like coloring on copy paper, that's what this is, thin copy paper, which I don't mind, but some people just can't stand it, like Tina. So, and she got this book. I think she and I were going to do color the same page at some point, but she's been busy, so we'll see when she might want to do that. Or she could do this Arial one if she wants. Tina, if you watch this back, you could do this Arial. And Ann Makes has videos. And, okay, so Miriam has, her time is 9 a.m. Sunday and Thursday at noon Eastern. Okay. I never see you pop up at any certain times. Maybe it's just because I see you doing so many other, I got the hiccups for my lemon water. So many other videos, Miriam. So let's put a little darker there and then blend that out. So it stays pretty wet is what I'm saying. It stays pretty wet with this thin paper, and that helps you to blend alcohol markers with thin paper. And I can go back in here too. You want to make sure that this is 100% dry before you go in there with pencils, because you'll just tear your paper. Okay, all right. I just guess didn't hear the times, Miriam. I try to keep up with so many people that it's really impossible. It's really impossible to keep up with everybody. I do follow you though and get notifications. And also, guys, if you watch me back, or any of us, if you watch, go support our channels and watch the videos back, you can scrub through, to the parts that you really want to see. If you're interested in just the coloring part, then go zzz, and there you are. You don't have to go start to finish without moving that little red line. We all only have so much time. I do it too. If I'm not there live, I can almost guarantee you I'm scrubbing through your videos at some point. And I even scrub through my own when I watch go back through the recording to make sure I haven't missed new people. I don't listen to my stream. I just go, zzz, 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 and check the chat. When I'm watching my own videos back, I'm watching the chat, which can, by the way, mine pretty much render almost immediately. I think because I have StreamYard, that it renders almost immediately on YouTube. But a lot of people, when they're streaming, it doesn't render, the chat doesn't render immediately. Sometimes it doesn't render till the next day. So if you're watching someone's recording and you don't see the live chat, it may have not rendered yet. Or you may not have clicked on the live chat. You have to click on the chat to see the chat, the little drop down. Otherwise, you're not going to see the chat. So let's do her little yellow eyebrows too while we're there. I try not to turn and twist the page too much. Every now and then I have to turn it or something. But for the most part, I try not to twist and turn it so that y'all can just see it straight on for the whole thing. Okay, and we'll add highlights in there with white Posca, pencil. We'll add some other stuff in there too. This needs a little bit darker down in here. Maybe a little more in there. So I hope y'all will all participate in the ATC Artist Trading Card Swap that I talked about earlier. If you missed it, go back and watch the replay later and check. And later, I'll post in the post. Like I said, it used to be called Community tab. Now it's called Posts. And I'll put all the information in there. I'll try to do it in between the finishing this stream, lunch, and going to Janet's. I'll try to get that in there so that y'all can go after Janet talks about it. Then you can go back to my post and see all the info about it. Okay. So hey, Christopher, Christopher Fernando Art. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. You're in the Philippines, correct? It's been a while since I've seen you. He calls me and Janet his grandmother. So thank you for being here. Anybody that wants to participate, remember what I said, international can be part of it too. Fernando. Okay. I can't remember if it's middle Fernando. Thank you. Scrolling. Okay. We will pay the post. Janet and I will pay the postage for your return. I'll send her extra international stamps to help too. So all the rules and the deets were earlier. So okay, let's see. Do I need anything else right now for her hair? Maybe just a little bit right in here. So if y'all missed it, I'm using this color cube colors right here. These are the color cubes I'm using. The color cube chart, if you will. All right, let's go ahead and just get her a base coat of skin. Let's see. She's got a lot of skin showing. That still looks a little, I'm going to have to go with the one lighter to start with. That's just a little, that's too peachy though. I need a light pink. Where's my light pinks? Where's the light pink? Oh, that's not a, that's still too peachy. I might have to roll with it though. The light pink is so, it's just an odd color. Did I test this one? That one might work. All right, we'll see. That's because I'm going to shade and highlight and stuff too, but I need a base color. Yeah, see, that's a little dark too. I need a little bit light, one shade lighter. This is pretty much that color, but I need one shade lighter. Let's see what else. I'm going to just keep digging around up here. No, it's too peach. Everything's peach, not pink. Let's try this one. Nope, that's not even anything like the color. Let's try this one. That's pretty good. We'll go with that. Oh my gosh, the alcohol marker is letting the, it's okay. It may dry, not show. but it's letting the text on the back come through. Can y'all see that? The text from the back is coming through, which is okay. Kind of looks kind of cool, actually. So I just want to get a base coat down on her skin. Then we'll shade and highlight and what. You just got to try all your markers and colors. What was funny, I thought, and Janet saw it too, when Sarah Renee Clark did that video on testing the light fastness of all the markers and pencils and everything. Oh my gosh, she spent 6 months doing that. She was impressed with the super tips and the Crayola pencils that are made for kids. Not the more advanced pencils, but the ones made for kids. So it was very interesting. I watched the whole thing. There was a lot to it, but I ran it in the background while I was doing something else. So, like I said, she's got the text coming through the background, which is kind of cool because it makes her look like a part of a story. So, yeah, very funny, Arlene. She's gonna have an expressive face. She has a tattoo here, so let's go. It's gonna go around the tattoo. Speaking of tattoos, Deb E. Not that Debbie has a tattoo, but the books, the book that we read, the Crack Spine series, the Picts, the Scottish Picts in history, and their tattoos was part of the story. And it was so good. Have you read it yet? I'm not going to tell. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't read the book yet. Have you read it yet, Debbie? Deb E., have you read the new Crack Spine book 10? Let's see. If you're going to participate in ATC swap, you can. There we go. There's Janet's email. Email Janet, and don't forget. See that dot after the M, Janet M. dot. Do not forget that dot, or you will not. She will not get your email. Don't forget the dot. You're about halfway through. Okay, I won't say nothing else. Okay, but what I was going to say is, I wonder if I should do this in blue ink, all in blue ink. Let's go ahead and do his little face, like maybe he's just outlined there. It's not. He's not filled in. He's not going to have a solid, But she's well on her way to having a sleeve here. All right, let's see. You'll have to let me know after you finish it, Debbie, and tell me what you think. Debbie's the one that got me into the Crack Spine series. So I read all 9 of them, and then 10 just came out, and I've already finished it. It's so good. I hope she's working on number 11, Debbie. You should start a second channel as a book club. If I have books I want to talk about, I usually just talk about them while I'm doing something, right? Because I don't know if that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, Devin, to do a book club one. Yeah, a whole club, a book club. I don't know if I have time for that. Let's see. Let's see which one was it. Let's do her lips in the darker color. I'll do some shading with pencil. Let's do a little bit of the shadow on her nose here. A little more around her face. And then while it's wet, I will take the lighter color and blend it out. And it dries lighter. But every layer you put on with alcohol markers makes it darker. You can layer and layer and layer, and it'll get darker and darker and darker. Let's put a little. A little more dark. So again, Janet's going to show the her passport journal, so you can get the idea of, what you could put for countries on your ATCs. You can do one country and do 10 of one country, or you can do 10 different countries if you're, more interested in doing more than one country. But you have to send in 10 and you'll get 9 back because Janet gets to keep one as the hostess. That's just how ATC swaps work. So that all the work that the hostess puts in, she gets a bonus of having one from everybody. Okay. Let's see. Joanne, who else am I missing? Shelly, who else am I missing? All right, let me get a sip of my lemon water here. I'm going to put some color pencil, more in there. I got a little bit of that yellow on her shirt. Well, if you want to call it a shell shirt. All right, let's see now, because I want to try to use all the colors. So let's put the yellow and pink up here to the side for a minute and get in here with the orange, the magenta, orange, and purple. I don't even know if I need black anywhere, but I do have a black. Okay, let's just say. Let's go ahead and do the eyes. Let's go ahead and put her pupils in nice and black, which I usually do with color pencil. Okay, let's do a little of that black, just so I can get some black in there. Okay. All right, so now I got the orange, magentas, and purple. All right, let's see what we want to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and do her shirt, the pink, magenta. That's so bright. Oh, that's so bright. Let's see. That's the orange one. And this is the darker one, I think. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and let's do her shirt in the 2 magentas. It's not much of I can see a difference, but it's not showing a whole lot of difference. I'll have to put a little bit more dark. Okay. A little darker. Okay. And let's see. I think I'll do purple. It's pretty dark, but I'm going to do the purple tattoo. I'll try not to make it just a solid. I'll try to give it a little bit of... But I'm going to keep it one color. Even though the pics had their blue, I'm doing this one in purple. Little outlines. Okay. And I don't know if that's just some bubbles floating around. I think that's just some water bubbles floating around in the space there. So we'll do that. We'll do those with white Posca. All right, there's her little tattoo. Let's see. Oh, Tina, there's Tina. Hi, Tina. Yes, Tina, this paper's copy paper thin. All right, let's see. Now maybe I'll do the orange. We'll use the orange for the, and I don't know what little character that guy is. We'll do the flowers in the orange and yellow, I guess. We'll do, but we'll have the base of the flowers. We'll have that in orange. Remember, I'm trying to use, and again, it doesn't matter if I go off the edge because I'm trimming this out. I'm going to try to get that done. I'm going to try to finish it up so that I can trim it down and put it on some black paper. So let's just go right off the edge there. Okay, and then maybe do I want the light or the dark? Because I don't want it to get confused with her hair. So I want it to be, let's put a little more orange in them. Blend that out. And I don't know that y'all can tell how much difference in the color. Maybe when I hold it up, y'all be able to see. To decide what kind of background I want. I guess I could do black. I don't really want to do black background, but let's put a little orange in here. Blend that out. Put some white dots in there and the white in the foamy bits. Guess if I wanted to look undersea, it should probably be a blue or a teal, but that's not part of the colors. It's not one of the colors. And this, I don't know who this person's supposed to be. I cannot ever remember watching Ariel. Okay, I think her eyes need to be purple though. So I'm going to just put a touch of the purple and then I'm going to do the rest with a light. Well, I guess I could pull a light color. I was going to say I'll just pull some pencil for that. She'll have purple. I'm going to get some pencils out and shade in. Let's see. I don't know what this little character is, but let's do it. It's a fish, or it looks like it's got fins. Maybe one of y'all know who this is supposed to be. But I'm going to just do her or him. Purple's got a crown, so let's go ahead and do a purple little crown here. And they've got goggles on. And I guess maybe that's not a fin. Maybe it could be a fin, or it could just be a flipper. You know, like what do you call it? You know, a fin to snorkel, scuba dive with. Not sure. Okay, but they're going to have yellow hair too because those are the colors I'm using. Neptune? I don't know. I can't even remember watching Ariel. When did it even come out? Do y'all even know when it came out? Okay, and then I probably would need to do the star in like the pink, just to make it stand out and be a part of her outfit. Put some white highlights in there too. Okay. Same thing for some of this. I could put some little bit of gold in there. All right, let's see. This needs to have, I want the skin there to be behind there. Okay. It's King Triton who knows about this. Oh, it's Per Keeks. Who knows about this stuff? Thank you, Fortnite Keeks. 89 is when it came out, Marguerite. Okay. All right. Let's see. So now I think I want to go ahead and get out some pencils. I don't know what I want to do with those little. Do I want some extra gold or do I just want some yellow in there? See, I'm trying to keep it with these colors. Let's just go ahead and make it, just put a little yellow in there, like maybe it's gold in there on her little braiding, the little braiding on the shirt. And then that white dot, those white dots are all going to be bubbles. Okay, so, oh, I got to do this here. All right. Now I got to decide how I want to do the blue in the background. Or do I want a teal? Maybe, see, I want a blue or a teal, but there isn't any. So it almost has to be black. But do I want to do black? What shade? What should I do for the background, guys? What's y'all's suggestion? If I really want to keep it to this, you know what I mean? If I really want to keep it to this, you know, it's supposed to be under the sea, and none of those are sea colors, really. Let's see. Prince Eric? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. Let's see. What did Janet say? Prince Eric is Janet. Yeah, but there is no blue. There is no blue. Should I go against the card? Go against the card and go with blue? Maybe I could just do a light pencil. Light pencil blue. Okay, let me go ahead and get out my pencils. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out my Prismacolors. Hang on, I got to get down to because I used my Woomers last week. Okay, let me move. See, here's my pencils. Let's move my. Got lots of projects on the go around me. All right. So let's see. Do I just want a light? Let's just go with the slate blue that way. And also, let's go ahead and get a light purple. A light purple so that I can do her highlight in her eyes. So, which is kind of almost that light color. She's going to have purple eyes. Here, let me zoom in one. So while we do this detail stuff. Is it focused? I think so. We'll get purple in her eyes and I'll put the highlights and all that in here in a minute. And then I'll just do because I want the slate blue can be the shadow in her eye here. A little shadow here and there, a little variation in the skin color. That way it'll bring out the blue in the ocean. Let's do a little of the shadow here. Make sure your alcohol markers or any kind of, whether it's alcohol markers or water-based markers, whatever kind of markers, make sure they're 100% dry before you go in here with pencil. Otherwise, you're going to be pilling your paper really bad. So you got to make sure your alcohol is all dry, okay? I'll put some little highlights on top of the goggles so they look like they're glass. And I'm going to do all the little bubbles. So what I'll do is I'll go through the bubbles real quick. And let's put a little bit of something, something. Then I'll go back in there with the white. Then we'll do our giveaway. So I'm going to do this dark. I'll go back with the light. I think that's a signature right there, I think. Okay, well, I'm gonna use a Posca for that in a minute, but I'm gonna finish this first. How are we doing with the lighting? Looks pretty good. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the background here real quick. I'm gonna do it real light blue. If y'all have not seen Cat and Paste, I call her C and P, but Cat and Paste. If you've not seen her videos and her Instagram of coloring with Crayola crayons, oh my gosh, y'all just don't know what you're missing. All right, so I'm just going to do this light, then I'll go back over it with a little bit of white to lighten it really light, but then there'll at least be a color in the background. And again, I'm not worried about going out of lines because I'm going to trim this down. I'm going to trim the edge and put it on a piece of black cardstock. Get a little darker in the shadows there. I think she has a 9 on the tiles. Dark. It's her hair's casting a shadow dot. Her hair's giving a shadow to her face. But you go ahead and make up that story if you want, Dot. I got to sharpen this. You can go with that story if you want. No, I'm going to put some details in here. So make sure y'all go back and watch the beginning of the show when we talked about the artist trading card ATC swap. You have until the end of May. The theme is passport. Countries can be passport. You know, you interpret it how you want. Do your best work. No one's going to say, oh, yeah, they're not going to say that, but do your best. Don't just slap a sticker on a ATC card and send it in. Please don't do that. All of y'all can do better than that. I know you can. Send in something you'd be proud to get back, as best you can. We're not asking you to be Picasso, or when you see Janet's passport journal, we're not asking you to do that. But make sure you go over to Janet's today. Today's the day for the scavenger hunt random giveaway. If you have 90 to 100 scavenger hunt items completed, you can be in the giveaway. But you need to let Janet know, let her know now, if you're listening to me, Or if you haven't already let her know, you need to let her know because she's doing the giveaway at 1 Eastern. Okay. You can use stickers. No, don't get me wrong. You can use stickers. You can use postage stamps. You can use stickers. I love using stickers, but don't just take a sticker like of a country's flag, slap it on a card, and say, "There we go." That's what I'm talking about. You can use stickers for sure. You can use stickers, but incorporate it into a something. Y'all know what I mean. I don't have to explain. Y'all know. Okay, so I think that's pretty blended. Maybe a little more up here. Let's do a little more around this person, whoever this person is. Okay. All right. All right, let's get some details in here now. So I'm going to move the alcohol. Again, here's our colors, except we added blue, but that's okay. What else to do with the water? So now we will take the Posca. Oh, wait, let's go ahead and take the white. Let me get a white. Is that? No, that's great. And let's just blend a little bit out. Let's see. Did I say how do you text, Shelly? Anybody else I might have missed? All right. So I'm just going to, I think I'll do this after the show because this is going to take me a minute. I just want to do a little bit of blend, but I don't want to run out of time before we do our giveaway. If we have time, I'll finish this part. But I'm going to go in here and blend out some of the blue just to make it blended out a little bit so you don't see any blue pencil streaks. But it's going to take me a minute, and I want to move on. So I'm going to take the Posca. I'm going to add some details in here. I'll hold it up so you can see it too. I'll put a little bit of highlight here. And you can also, I always tell y'all this, you can always, once the Posca's dry, go back over it with pencil. And like right here, I'm going over this yellow hair, and I'm going to put some in Arial too. That once it's dry, then you can go back in there with a color pencil and make it not white, So I'm just going to put a little bit of highlights on whoever this is. A little more down the hair there. Okay, so then once that's dry, I can go back in there. So can you see where I went in there with white? Maybe a little something around that collar just to make it stand out. And maybe a little in the fins too. I'm not sure if that's a fin or whatever. So like I said, when that dries, I'll go in there with a light lavender purple over the top of it, and it'll still be vibrant. It'll still stand out, but it won't be white. Digging through the crap. Yes, Tina. I love me my Prismacolors. Denise, the reason that it got the being called crappy pencils is because Denise saw all my color pencils in cases, nice cases. Oh, Devin, thank you so much. What did she say? To buy some international postage for Janet. Yeah, I will. I will send her. Aw, I think you already have something coming, Devin. I think you have something coming already. But thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. And yes, I'm going to buy Janet a couple packs of international stamps for the swap. So thank you. That will help. She doesn't have to, but I will. I will do so, Devin. Thank you. So Denise, let me put some little extra highlights in the eye here too. Denise saw all my, this was some years ago, guys, saw all my color pencils in cases. That needs to be a little darker blue right there. Otherwise, it's going to look like a mole. And then she wanted to color. This was some years ago. And then we were going to do a coloring stream. And I pulled out this. I said, here we go. We're going to color. She goes, oh, okay. So you're going to give me the crap pencils. It's just because they're in a silverware tray and not in a nice leatherette case that she said that. I said, girl, these are my favorite pencils. Don't be dissing on my Prismacolors. But that's kind of been the joke around here that now they are called the crap pencils just because Denise had to use them out of a silverware tray like a what is it Denise says that Samantha says all the time, like an animal. She had to use them out of a silverware tray like an animal. All right, so let's do a little bit of highlight, some little jewels or something on her shirt here. Don't be dissing on my Prismacolors. I love me some Prismacolors. So we'll put a little highlights on the star. And let's see what else. Let's get her, make sure her teeth are nice and white there. And I want to put some oops, I blobbed that. Let's see if I can get that off. You should know better, Dee Dee, than to blob it on the, let's let that dry. Blob it on the page itself. You blob it over to the side. Okay, then let's put a few little. Again, I'll go over this once it dries with the color. Give those flowers a little life. Okay. Now I just want to put a little bit more in her hair. It's easier to use the pencils when they aren't in a case. I think so too. But for me to keep them all separate, so that when I say I'm using Prismacolor, when I say I'm using Polly's or Holbe's or whatever, then I can tell you I'm using those. My Woomers are all in that tin. So I'm going to put a little bit of highlights here. So I don't have to look at each one as I'm using and go, well, which brand is this? Which brand is that? But I'm telling you, I love my Prismacolors, and that's the ones that I grew up on, the ones they were Barrel back in the day. And then they went to Sanford, and then they went to Prismacolor version 1, Prismacolor version 2. Then now they're Prismacolor Premiers. So I'm just going to do a little bit of highlighting throughout her hair here. Okay, we'll put a little on her eyebrow there just to give her a little eyebrow, little shine. Go back with her eye makeup a little bit too. Her eyelashes. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, now let's get my black Sharpie pen. With the palette, I thought I did pretty good considering, except for the blue. All right, so I'm going to give her eyelashes a little bit of oomph, lower and upper. Give her a little makeup going on here. I'm going to give her a little bit of white in the corner of her eye because that always is a nice makeup touch. I always tell you, if you want to make yourself look 10, 15 years younger, put a little light sparkle in the corner of your eye. If you wear makeup, if you don't wear makeup, don't email me. Okay, let's put a little bit of little sparkle on her nose there, maybe a little on her chin, maybe a little highlight here and there. Just give her a little extra oomph. Okay. I want her to have the corners of her mouth be a little more defined. And the inside of her mouth be really dark. Her nostrils. There we go. And again, I want to go through the whole thing and blend out the blue so it's nice and smooth. Look, see, you can tell the difference, I think, right here where I've done some of that and where I haven't done it, right there. Blend it out. So as soon as this dries, her hair and all that, I'll go in with a yellow or a cream light yellow. Maybe a little darker than that. Let's go with the yellow. So what I'll do, I'll make sure that's dry though. Let's make sure. Okay. So what I can do is like right here where I did the white Posca, I'll go over it with the yellow and she'll still have the highlights, but there'll be yellow highlights. See how you can still see the white of the Posca underneath? Got to make sure it's 100% dry or you'll just scrape off the Posca. And so you go over all the white and you'll still retain that vibrancy and contrast, but it's not going to be white. Do you know what I mean? Now you might leave a couple of white ones because it gives her hair a little bit of extra shine. But then also you can do things like, where do I want this to go? Let's see, you can do things like, let's get a nice highlight on her bang right there. You can do things that come across her face. Like, let's see, do I want to be brave? Let's just be brave. And when that dries, I'll go over that with yellow too. So she has like a hair coming down across her eyes right there. Could do maybe one up under here. You know, just a little extra like that. And I'll go over all those white lines with a yellow pencil. So yeah, I think we did pretty good for that. Now the other thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to trim this down. I could do it with the cutter, but I don't want to get the cutter up here right now. And I still want to do the white over the blue, but I can do that even after I put it down on here. Okay. Move all this out of the way. Get a piece of black cardstock. There we go. And I won't tape it. I won't tape it down right now, but I'll go about, I could do the whole thing. I can do it right in the middle, but I don't want to put any tape on the back yet because I want to do the white blending out like this. And if there's tape back here and I start going where the tape is, I'm going to have an outline of the scotch tape. You know what I mean? So I won't tape it down until I finish doing all this. But there we go. Let me back out. I think it looks pretty good. Let's back out one more. Grab the light. There we go. So I think that looks pretty good. All right, we still have time for the giveaway. No, the text doesn't show. It did dry out really good, right? It does not show. There's the back. The text after the alcohol marker dried, you don't see it. You don't see it. So there we go. I think that looks kind of good for the colors like that. And I do try to keep, they do get messed up, but I try to keep them in. This is just a great way to, keep your reds, oranges, yellows, pinks, purples, greens. You can keep them kind of in their little world as best as you can. Like that. And then when you're digging for a color, you don't have to dig too far. And then these are my neutrals over here. So, yeah. All right. So let's see. So again, this is out of the book that Me sent me, Funny Tales, Kevin Tao Art. And if y'all missed last week's, where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. Last week I colored. I need to finish it, cut it, and put it on a mat. we well, I need to finish my Pinocchio. I just got these leaves and something in the background. But we did the bird. And that's because you and Janet, I'm blaming you guys and Janet. Last week, I did not see it during stream. Y'all were talking about that bird right there last week. I didn't see it till after the stream was over. But we we did that this morning. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all right, I think I will do that. Wait a minute. Let me see if I got enough stuff right here. Hang on. Let me do a double check here. All right. Hang on. Let me do a double check. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so today's giveaway, since we're doing the artist trading cards, where are they all? I had that little pile. What did I do with my little pile? Here they are. No, that's not good. What did I do with my little pile of artist trading cards? Oh, here they are. Right. All right, so let me move this off the table now. I think I'll do a screen, like a thumbnail. I'll do a thumbnail with this after the show. All right, with the card and these markers. All right, so this is going to take me just a minute because we got 30 minutes though. You worried about his mouth being open, Lindy? All right, let me straighten out my camera here just a little. All right, so I'm going to do, this is what, if y'all missed the beginning of the show, we're doing an artist trading card swab. Now, I'd really like, if you're going to plan on being in it, you don't have to, there's no promise or anything. I'm not committing you to it. But if you are going to be a part, of the artist trading card, or you're thinking about it, I'm not committing you to it. I'll do the usual 2 different giveaways, US and international only. Okay, let me get everything together here. Let me get my random.org at the ready. Hang on. Get it all together here. Okay, random.org. Bring out my random.org. All right, so here we go. Here's our little box over here. All right, I'm going to set this aside for a minute. This is what I'm going to give away. 2 for US, 2 for international. So I told y'all that I'd already cut a bunch of these out, 2.5 by 3.5, and that when you participate, you send in 10. All the deets will be under the post tab, and Janet will be covering them again too. And you can go back and watch the video. Watch the beginning of this video. I go over everything multiple times at the beginning of this stream. And so when you send in 10, you're going to get, Janet gets to keep 1 because she's the hostess. You're going to get 9 back from 9 different people. And Janet's going to put them in these sleeves. This one's got a little something. Okay. They're just, I think these are just a little older. You do not have to put them in sleeves. I repeat, you do not have to put your ATCs in sleeves to send them in. Okay. You do not have to put them in ATC sleeves to send them in. When Janet returns them to you, you are going to get them back in a sleeve. But it's just a little gift from us. Okay. I say us. I'm going to help support her financially in this endeavor, but she's doing all the work. Trust me, Janet's doing all the work. So what I'm going to do is, just for today, I'm going to let y'all have a sleeve and 9 cards. You have to send in 10. Remember, you have to send in 10 and you get 9 back. And then I'm going to send them to you like this. Okay. Just like that. These fold up into a business size envelope. So y'all just have to watch me do this for just a minute. You do not send in sleeves, woman weenie. You just send in a self-addressed stamped envelope. You have to send them in an envelope with a self-addressed stamped envelope. And again, if you're international, me and Janet will pay for the international postage because you can't send us international postage and have us send you your stuff back. So we always pay for the international people's returns. But all the details will be in the post and also in the beginning of this video. So I'm trying to. So if you are a collector of baseball cards or artist trading cards, you know these are the same sleeves. These are the exact same sleeves. You can get them at Walmart, online. You can get them everywhere. They're just your standard. They have the 3-ring punched holes in them, 9 card sleeves. But I'm going to send them to y'all today just because I like you. Again, I would like it to be someone that really wants to play. But when you play, if you do win this today, this giveaway, keep the sleeve. You keep this for your set. I mean, you can use the cards if you want, but you don't have to send Janet the sleeve. You keep the sleeve. You can make your own cards. I just want something giveaway related. You know what I mean? All right. So this is the last one. So we'll do US. No, we'll do international first. Okay. So what we'll do is don't do anything yet. Don't put any number in yet. But when I type in go, you're going to put in a number, international only. You're going to put in a number between 1 and 100. First 2 people closest to random.org's pick. I'll send y'all each one of these. Okay. I might even find one of my own ATCs in there somewhere to send y'all. Maybe if I have time. Because I'm going to the post office tomorrow. Okay. All right, so we got 2 here. International only. Let me get my random.org back up. My iPad shut down. Okay, there's our random generator. All right, when I type in go, 1 number only. Make sure you have all messages clicked at the top so that you see all the messages. We will see all of them, but you may not. Did somebody put in numbers? No numbers. No numbers yet. Oh, sorry. Devin didn't put in a number. She's just saying you send in 10 and you get 9 back. Yeah. No number. Dot. That doesn't count. Dot. Everybody stop. Did anybody see me type and go? Beep, 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 beep. That's the bus backing up. Does anybody see me put in go yet? One number only. Don't change your numbers. Move your numbers. Dorothy, you'll have to re-put your number in. Oh my gosh. Herding cats, people. Herding cats. Where's my little cats that Arlene sent me? Here's my little cats. Arlene sent me this little pin. Herding cats. Oh my gosh. And then I will fold these up and I'll send you, I'll see if I can dig around in my old ATCs. I'll send y'all one of my old ATCs from 2004. 20-year-old ATC. 20 years ago is when I started doing ATCs. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. All right, so. All right, international only, one number only. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. Okay, there we go. All right, get your numbers in, and y'all just have to be willing to send me your address, which I don't share with anybody, not even the other mods. But I do have to have your address if you want one of these. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then if your number comes up, woman, woman, then it just won't count. You'll have to play when we do the US. You can still play again, but your number this time is not going to count. Okay. 1. All right. So woman with a W is not eligible for this international giveaway. All right, here we go. Let me get my iPad back. Oh guys. All right, first 2 people closest to 77 without going over. 77. All right, let me get my Post-its here. 77 without going over. All right, let me scroll back and see. Oh, Joanne has 69. Did anybody get up into the 70? Oh, Tori had 72. Y'all double check me. I mean, there's not that many, so I think I'm getting this right. Okay, so it looks like Tori was 72 and Joanne with 69. Am I correct? Y'all double check me. Double check me, guys. See if that's right. I'm looking. Tori said, okay, so I'm right. All right, so Joanne and Tori, y'all will each get one of these. Now we're going to do the same thing for US only. USA only, same rules apply. 1 to 100, one number only. Wait till I type in go. When you see the go, okay, when you see the go. All right, here we go. Gee. All right, hang on. All right. All right. Woman with the is Andrea. Okay, I don't know who. I mean, I don't know her either way, Devin, but thanks. Yeah, I don't know her either way. Okay, there we go. Get your numbers in. Everybody get your numbers in. I'll give you all another second or two, and we'll pick a new number. First 2 people closest to the new random.org number without going over. I will send you all a sleeve of blank ATCs. And if I can find some old ATCs that I think are worth sending, I'll slip one in. I don't know if I got any. I mean, I got lots of half-done ones, but I don't know if I'll have time to finish them before I go to the post office at 9 o'clock in the morning. because after this I do lunch with Hubs and I stream with Janet, then I do stuff at night, you know. So, but I want to get these. I want to get address them and get them in the mail by tomorrow. So we'll see if I have time to make anything. All right. One number only. Riri. Riri, by the way, Riri, did you send me that chicken book I showed earlier? Where did I put it? Here. Riri, did you send me this? Did you send me that, Riri? All right, here we go. Let's see. I was trying to see if Riri answered me. All right, I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. That was from the last one. Closest to 50 without going over. First two people closest to 50 without going over. Let me scroll back. It takes me another minute because there's more people US. So let me go back. Joyce Boring got it right on the nose. So Joyce Boring had 50. And now let's see who else. Did anybody else get 50 right on the nose? Sue Connor. Sue Connor got 50. They both got 50. It's the first two people closest without going over. So both of them got 50. So Sue Connor and Joyce Boring, you're going to get these. So yeah, there we go, guys. I'll get these. I want to get these in the mail to y'all tomorrow because I'm going to the post office tomorrow. All right, let's see. Anything else over here I need to look at? Any more comments? Thank you again. Thank you again to Arlene for my little happy mail this morning. And again, I will post all the details here shortly on the post tab about the artist trading card. So any more comments or anything before we head out, guys? I'll go ahead and leave y'all so I can post that, do a thumbnail, and all that. Don't forget to be at Janet's at 1. Today's the final day. The scavenger hunt. If you have finished at least 90 to 100 of the scavenger hunt prompts, and you have not notified Janet, you have about 2 hours, less than 2 hours to tell Janet. Because at 1 o'clock, she's going to, or thereabouts, she's going to do the giveaway. So if you have your scavvy hunt done, you need to let her know. Okay? Thanks, Devin. All right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Remember, be thankful. Find something. Everybody, all of us can be thankful for something, and be thankful. Okay, guys. All right. We'll see y'all later. See you at Janet's. Bye, guys.